Hello everybody, Nell here from the Four Corners, and welcome to the update video. We got the 2022 January 1st wave of Ninjago sets officially revealed. And when you first see this, you're going to be bombarded by different thoughts and theories, maybe even wonder why some set choices are so weird. And I'll explain a lot of this throughout the video naturally, but one thing I want to clear before we get into anything is the Evo level up concept. So in every set, there is a certain goal that you have to achieve, and as you achieve that, you're able to go through the different levels of sets. So every set, or most of them, are able to be upgraded in 3 different sections, and as well as the ninja minifigure as well. You can change the ninja from their hair version to their ninja mask versions, and there's a lot of different things that go throughout each of the sets. So that is the Evo level up concept. Now we can get to the main sets. I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer. The first set we have is called the Ninja Dojo Temple for $100, and that's a good price for this. Initially, things I like is the staircase going up to the temple. I like the bridge on the side. And there's some cool features here. You can pull out a workshop for Pixel. And you know those power blast pieces that you can connect to a minifigure and shoot off? Well, they actually implement them pretty well here, where you can shoot water from Nia's hands and it can knock out fire, which is pretty fun. There's also a mech included in the set which shoots a bit, and it's kinda weird, you know, visually it's not the most appealing thing, but it's fun. And the minifigures are the real highlight here. I mean, just look at some of the ninja. Lloyd looks so clean with that lime green sleeve, and then the other sleeve is completely green, making for a very solid finished look. And the same goes for all the ninja here. One thing is that some of them get a headband and hair combo included as well in this set, which you're gonna notice with a lot of the sets moving forward. That Pixel minifigure is amazing. Look at that new face expression. That might not seem like expressions Pixel would make, but they have so much life and character to them. I think the villains look cool as well, but what I'm hearing is that these guys are not going to be connected to the Ninjago show in any way. None of these sets are actually going to be connected to the Ninjago seasons, and it looks like we're not getting a Ninjago season moving forward. We're just getting shorts that are just random shorts. They're not going to be connected to the actual story after Seabound. One more thing is that all these sets come with a collectible item called the Wisdom banners, and every time you beat the specified bad guy in a set, you attain one of these Wisdom banners, level up, and then you're able to store it in the temple. I'm not sure exactly where, it's kind of split out throughout, but make sure you keep an eye out for these as we look at the rest of the sets. Next up, we have the Ninja Ultra Combo Mech, and as far as I can see, this was the set a lot of people were excited for. It's going to be $90, and I think that's about right. I mean, it looks pretty big. And this is 4 ninja vehicles, Kai, Cole, Jay, and Zane, combined into one. And that's why it has 4 arms right now, because that middle section splits into its own mech, which actually looks a lot better than a lot of the other mechs we're getting this wave. I just like the shoulders and the nice aesthetics of it. And Jay gets a kind of questionable looking glider. Cole also gets this kind of hollowed out drilling thing. And then finally, Zane also gets a fleshed out vehicle, just like Kai. It's a tank. And I think this one looks cool as well. So some of these succeed at splitting into visually appealing vehicles, but that's not really what it's about. It's just about how much play it allows now, because now you get 4 vehicles to play around with. And the bad guys get this 4-legged walker, which absolutely stands no chance to the mech combined, and also when it's 4 vehicles split up. For minifigures, I like all of them except Zane, because all of them have this matching sleeve. So for example, Kai's red, and he has a red sleeve, and he also has one in his secondary color. But for some reason, Zane, he has a white suit. That means his right sleeve has to be white. But it's not, and it makes him look a lot less clean than the rest of them. Why is he the only one with no sleeves, and why is it not following the same format that everyone else is following? It's kind of weird. There's also a Wu Bai here, the same one from Seabound, which is a weird inclusion for sure. But next up, we have Lloyd's Legendary Dragon for $70, and I see the value here, and it's probably one of my favorite sets of the wave. I mean, just look at that chest. It's so grand, and I'm loving the color scheme. It looks so clean and almost a little techie in some places. And going over to the bad guys, they just get this really tiny crossbow shooter to fight this giant dragon with, so it's not really a fair fight, and I really like to see more bigger villain stuff, just because this wave is full of only ninja stuff, so I don't really see the battle here. But the dragon itself has a really cool feature where you're able to flick a lever and the wings will expand. I always love these wing flapping features in dragons, and this looks like it's doing something new, but very fun for sure. It just really depends on how smooth it ends up being. That's all for Lloyd's legendary dragon. I like it a lot. Next we have Kai's Fire Dragon Evo for $30, and this one is starting to get to one of the more questionable ones, but in some poses it's really not that bad, and you're getting a lot of play here for $30. Then there is Lloyd's Race Car Evo for $30, and again, it's another one of those visually questionable ones, but it's mainly meant for play. As usual, the minifigures are fantastic here. It's just something about the car, I don't know what it is in its design. It's just something about the proportions just doesn't find itself appealing to me. And I'm not really able to put a grip on the size of this, so I'm not sure if $30 is very valued for this thing. Next we have Jay's Thunder Dragon Evo, which is a super questionable thing. Visually, it is not beautiful at all. I mean, the proportions are all over the place. And it's just outright weird. I get that these are completely meant for younger people to build and meant for play, but I wish they could look a little bit more in proportion. There's just especially a lot about this one that looks a little funny, but again, keep in mind that this is $20, so you are getting a lot of fun for $20. Next, there is Lloyd's Ninja Mech, which it's a 4+ set, but it's one of the better looking 4+. It's definitely no Electromech. This one actually looks half decent, you know, not even being made for people as old as 6 years old. It's made for little babies. This is really not that bad, especially for $10. But speaking of great $10 sets, check this out. Zane's Power Up Mech Evo. You won't even believe this is just $10 in Lego. $10 doesn't really get you far most of the time when it comes to Lego, but you are getting so much. You're getting 2 minifigures, so an actual battle scene, and a very sizable mech, and it doesn't even look that bad, so I'm really happy with this. And guess what, no matter how much I said about Zane being my least favorite minifigure of the wave and how he's not following the format, you get his hairpiece in the set. That is a lot to include in just a $10 set, so that's pretty good. And finally, we have Jay and Nia's Race Car Evo. We already talked about this the other day because this was one of the first sets to be revealed, but we'll just quickly talk about it again. I really like this. It's one of these sets that are meant to be proper toys, but at the same time, it looks good while doing it, and that's because it's one of the 7+ sets. It has the ability to be built by an older person, so it doesn't have to be as simple. We finally get something substantial for the bad guys. It's still not enough if you were to get all these sets. These guys just have a helicopter, a few missiles, and the ninja have like everything, so it's not really a battle still, but at least in this set, there's kind of a conflict going on, and I like it. Not sure about the $50 price point, but maybe I'm reading the size a bit wrong. Maybe it's actually bigger than I think it is. And that is all for all the LEGO Ninjago 2022 January 1st sets. It's definitely interesting, and the whole idea of this wave, the designer said it's supposed to encapture whatever Ninjago has been trying to do for all these years. So it's supposed to be the most cliche wave on purpose. It's supposed to look like everything we've already seen, but it's funny because when it tries to do that, it looks like something completely new. And I really like how all these sets feel more fun, because in the past, there have been Ninjago sets that are more display sometimes than play, and that's not good because Ninjago is meant more as a toy, not a collector's item. And I really like this direction, but don't expect it to stay, because these sets are like this because the designers want more time to work on the summer wave, you know, connected to season 16 and everything. So we can expect something great out of that as well. But as for this wave, all of them are the masters of play jitsu. I'm sorry if that sounded a bit forced, but I want to put that in the video title now. And some of them look good while doing it as well. Thank you for watching, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.